Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Tonight, the father of a teen fatally shot by Cincinnati police Thursday, now behind bars, after investigators say he killed a deputy from another department the next day with his car.
There is a connection between these two incidents.
38-year-old Rodney Hinton JR is charged with aggravated murder. Prosecutors say he intentionally struck a recently retired Hamilton County deputy who was on traffic patrol.
I've got an officer now.
A makeshift memorial today at the intersection. The deputy, just identified by the sheriff's office as Larry Henderson, later died at the hospital.
He was so well liked and so well known.
A courtroom full of law enforcement Saturday as Hinton faced a judge. His team in court calling this an emotionally charged situation. Hinton making a hard-to-hear comment to deputies while being escorted out in handcuffs. The crash happened just hours after he joined a meeting with Cincinnati police to review body camera video of his son's death, according to the attorneys hired by the family to investigate the police shooting. The video, now publicly released from two different angles, shows 18-year-old Ryan Hinton being shot and killed Thursday morning by a city police officer.
He's got a...
Investigators say the teen pointed a gun at Cincinnati officers responding to a call of a stolen vehicle. Hinton's family attorneys tonight writing they are heartbroken by this tragic turn of events, and we are all devastated for the family of the officer who was killed. Tonight, the father...
Hey, what's going on, family? This time for No Picks Podcast.
What up, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
It's your man Gio.
Hey guys, it's Angie.
Back. Got Angie and we got G on. Welcome back, y'all. Always good to have y'all.
All right. So I want to pose this question to G. G, what's your thoughts on this situation? This is going all through the news. I'm sure you already heard about it when I brought it up earlier today. You already knew about it. What's your thoughts?
So it's a complicated situation, right?
Please, I want to hear the complications. I'm here for it.
There's the video. There's the accusation of pointing the gun at the cop, right? I'm not. So that's the one issue, right? Then there's obviously the father killing somebody, right? Like there's an issue in that, right? So it's layered. Murder isn't justified, right? Like running somebody over, but this is that that picture, that final picture of him walking through, and that the cops kind of acting with that kind of gang behavior that's what has forced this to happen. So there's a us versus them mentality that police are forcing this type of behavior, and with that, as a person that's not a cop, if it's because somebody's son.
I'm sorry. What do you mean by that? You mean like it is what it is? Like it don't matter, or like what do you mean by that?
It is what it is. Like if we're going to stand, if you're going to stand behind your people, no matter what. No matter right or wrong, if you're gonna stand behind, so if it's blue bloods, if it's cops versus regular people, right? If it's that type of behavior, because you're like the way y'all stand in the courtroom, because that man did that because he lost his son. Let's make it clear. Okay. As a father, let's make it clear. That man was like his actions were as a result of him losing his son, right? Which I don't justify. Like whatever him committing murder to some random cop. I don't justify it, but I'm saying that the behavior of us versus them that the cops are permitting are kind of just emanating throughout all of their behaviors. It's forcing civilians to respond. You gonna take one of us and not get punished for it because you can do it. I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
You ain't gonna just kill my son. Okay.
What you think, Ange?
Like Gio said, it's very, very much layered, right? They said there were two angles from the body cam. They only showed us one in which that young man did not point anything, right? We can't even see his face. All you see is his back. So to say he pointed a gun at somebody based on that video is like, that's a little shaky, right? Also, where they were to possess a gun, open carry, as a matter of fact, is the law. So he was well within his rights to possess a gun, so that didn't warrant death. Him having a gun.
They were in a stolen car. So they were the reason that they were being chased.
Here we go.
They were in a stolen car.
Wait a minute.
So there were 3 guys in the car.
The car
2 ran
wasn't
out.
stolen.
They caught the guy. The guy had a gun.
It was his car.
No, it wasn't his car. It was.
Listen. It was his car. He lapsed the payment, and the person he was buying the car from reported it stolen because he didn't pay his the payment was owed to him. So that was stolen. Actually his vehicle. So he didn't even know he was being pursued as a person stealing a car.
Okay.
That's one thing.
So was it stolen or was it not stolen? It was his car, but
it was not a stolen car. Like if I don't pay my car, if I had a car, I don't pay it tomorrow.
But was it stolen? Is what
Wait, I don't want that to be where we go. Right? Stolen car. Fine, let's go with stolen car.
No, it's not stolen.
That don't sound stolen to me.
It's not stolen, but we about to go down another rabbit hole to argue whether or not it was stolen. The car was in fact registered to him. It was his vehicle. He lapsed the payment. Whoever was paying it lapsed the payment, and the person reported the car stolen. That's the details within the stolen car part, right? I agree with everything Gia was saying in regards to the police and them being very much gang-like, and us as people not being able to trust them because they're going to stand beside each other, right, wrong, or indifferent, right? And that's unfortunate. Which is why I feel the way I do towards cops, right? I feel like they have a job similar to mine in that you're supposed to be able to do your job justly. And I feel like if you feel like you can't do it because you're afraid or you don't want to perform your job to a certain standard anymore, you shouldn't be that thing, right? Because people's lives are in the balance. If you're scared because of what's happening and you feel like you're going to impulsively start pulling triggers on people, you need to stop being a cop. The moment I wake up and feel like I don't feel like teaching anymore, and I know I'm going to waste children's time and future, lives are on the line. I should no longer teach, right? So I feel like he was acting out as a father, right? Responding as a father. I think that it's important to mention that he did what he did after seeing that video. I think that's what really like sparked him to go, because once he left that lawyer's office, seeing that video of his son, in fact, not raising a gun and not pointing a gun at an officer and being murdered, that's what like, and I don't justify murder, especially of a random cop that had absolutely nothing to do with it. But again, if we go in gang war, then like anybody's up for grabs. So it's unfortunate that it's us and them. I don't condone murder of any sort on both sides. I think they were both unjust. But shit, like these blue bloods are different. Like,
okay. So what's your thoughts, Joe?
I'm not losing sleep. I'm not losing sleep for the deputy.
Do we know? So I have before I give it. I was listening to you, Angie, and I was trying to see if I could Google the article to see if the kid actually had a weapon.
No, he did. I pulled it up. I'll pull it up actually. So talk for a little bit.
They found they secured a weapon there.
He was running with a gun. He had a gun in his hand. He was running with it, and they shot him.
Is there footage of him with the gun in his hand?
Yes. You want me to pull it up? I'll pull it up for you if you want to see it.
I'm not.
I saw the gun on the ground, and it hadn't been shot. Or
listen,
was he shot in the back, or was he shot as he was running?
The back. He was running.
He was running away.
He was shot in the back. He was running.
He was
away.
shot in the back. Yeah, no.
But they said he pointed the gun at them, so I don't understand how he was pointing the gun and running away at the same time.
You got shot in your back.
So I'll play it. Since
you see what I'm saying? Like,
I'll play it.
So that now remember, we might not be able to. We might have to put a disclaimer for this video.
And where's the body camera of the shooter?
I'll show you.
Hard for me to give my opinion.
That body camera we just saw wasn't the shooter.
You know what I mean? Like, it's different if dude actually had a gun.
Here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let me see. Is that the car they were in?
Oh, here we go.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun on your right. On your right. He's got a gun.
That's the officer.
Shoot.
That's the officer shooting.
Here's his image. He drops a gun and picks it up, and police said he has a gun in his hand.
Gun in his hand, in his right hand.
So he running. He not even looking at the cop. He's like,
Oh,
Get the fuck down.
and then get down after you fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
no eye contact or.
So from that, does that what's your thoughts on that, Joe?
All right, so he did have a gun.
He did have a gun.
I think this is one of those situations that we've talked about before, Ty, where it's like if you put yourself in a situation like this, nothing good will come out of it, right?
Right.
Remember that clip we saw, Ty, not to go on a tangent, but like of the guy who was high or drunk and fell asleep and his car crashed
Yes.
into a McDonald's.
Yeah. He had a gun in his lap.
He had a gun on him. And then they shot and killed him while he was in his car because the cop went to go see what was going on. They saw this gentleman. It was a black person from DC, black man from DC. But I guess he was high or drunk. I don't know. He was intoxicated.
He crashed into
a McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then they called the cops because they saw the car crash into the McDonald's like it was hit against the wall. And then when they went to go check, they tapped on the glass to see if he would wake up. And I guess he woke up and he was like frazzled because he was just surrounded by cops.
Right.
So I guess he went to go. I don't know if he reached for his pocket or what. But they shot and killed him, right? And it's one of those situations. So just to take it back to this situation, I would never want to find myself in a situation where I'm in a car that is stolen. We don't know if it was stolen, but I'm going to go for the sake of the argument that it's stolen. And then I'm in possession of a firearm and I have police officers trying to approach me or trying to, accost me, whatever the word is, right? I feel like in that situation, nothing good will come out of that. Now, am I saying that warranted that young man being killed? No. I don't think he was running away. I saw him. He didn't even look or make eye contact with the police officer. It looked like he was trying to run away. He was shot in the back.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I hate situations like this, bro.
So let me see what I gotta say.
I hate this situation.
Y'all sound crazy as shit to me. Whether he was looking at the dude or not, it don't take much to just go like this and fucking kill somebody. Like that's what people die all the fucking time from just random gunshots. So for y'all to be like, he got to look at them and be like, okay, guys, let's do the okay corral. Get the fuck, like, yo, the amount of skills that y'all want cops to have, they should be making $10 million a year, every single one of them, because they would have to be superhumans. So how is someone not a threat with a fucking gun in a stolen car? Take the stolen car, even if it was your own car, the cops pull you over, you got a gun, you get out the car, you start running, you got a gun in your hand. It don't take much for you to kill that cop. You don't have to look at the cop. It could be a lucky shot. People die. First of all, when people get shot, when everyone learns how to shoot.
If situations like this haven't been de-escalated for others.
De-escalated,
in
bro.
Less fatal ways.
How the fuck do you de-escalate a nigga running with a gun in his hand? See, this is yo, these cop conversations piss me off because when people say this shit, you can tell they've never been in a high intense situation. Like, bro, and you can tell a lot of people have never shot a gun before in their life. You can shoot someone and kill them without looking at them while you're running away. You can do that. That's absolutely possible.
Tyrese.
So I got to make eye contact with you, be like, I'm going to shoot you, G. Bah! It makes no fucking sense. People get lucky and shoot motherfuckers in the neck all the fucking time.
But there's a lack of sympathy that we have for these situations, right? When we encounter a group of, I'm probably the same way. If I encounter a group of teenagers in a quote unquote stolen car, if they're black, I'm gonna have a certain apprehensiveness to me as opposed to if they're white, and that's a part of the programming that we all have, right? And so
no, I disagree.
In that same situation, Like there have been situations where a kid is about to do something dumb. And it's like, don't do nothing stupid. Don't do it, kid. Don't throw your life away.
Joe, are
Because
you telling G? Are you telling me that if that person was white with a gun running, he wouldn't have got shot? Are you telling me that? Because white motherfuckers get shot with guns all the fucking time. We just don't care about it. We don't hear about it, and we be like, oh well, it wasn't black, so fuck it. But white motherfuckers get shot with guns all the time.
What I'm arguing is that the cop had to make split-second decisions, and that's a tough job. His split-second decisions are based off of influences and factors that come into our programming as people, and that programming is that black people are perceived that threat. That little boy was trying to get away.
You making this a race thing, bro. You making this a race thing.
I'm making a society.
Everybody make cop things a race thing, but bro, we don't know that the Freddie Gray shit in Baltimore, 6 of the cops were black. No one talks about the black cops. They only talk about the white cops. Every time someone do something wrong, it's the white man doing something to the power structure. It's ridiculous, bro.
If I talk about black people doing stuff, like the reason why black people are okay with killing black people in America is because of the racism in America.
Gee, what about accountability? What about accountability? So did the guy do anything to get shot? Did he do anything? So, but listen, I swear to God, I will be the first nigga on this podcast being like, he did nothing wrong.
He didn't do anything to get shot. He did something to get arrested. Because that's what we
hired
cops to do.
He had a fucking gun in his hand, Gio. He could kill. You could kill someone with a gun.
That's a crime that you can arrest somebody for.
And if you go like this,
in open carry state, if he did not do that, you cannot say if. So you saying did he do anything? You didn't say if. Could he possibly have done anything?
He's evading arrest with a gun in his hand. That's enough to die. I would have shot him.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not risking. He didn't make eye contact with me. He trying to go home and play spades. I don't give a fuck. Like,
I understand.
Y'all got me fucked. This black shit and this cop shit is fucking insane to me, bro. I don't like this nigga is completely in the wrong, and y'all like, well, it's the system. The system ain't make this nigga steal a car. The system ain't make this nigga run with a gun. He could have left the gun in the car.
But Ty, you gotta understand the one thing that me, G, and Angie, our responses have in common is that our first instinct is not to go to anger. Our first instinct is that we are saddened by this. You just like let the clip just go. Like you're just angry, right? And we can see, and I'm gonna say passionate, but passion gets mistaken for
That's
anger,
irrelevant.
Right?
That's irrelevant.
Let me land. I didn't interrupt you when you went on your rant, right? You sound angry. Me, G, and Angie, we're showing compassion because initially we know somebody, first of all, 2 people died, right? Because there was the cop who died afterward, but that boy in that video, that teenager, that young black man, he died. Somebody lost their son. So our first instinct was compassion and sadness that there was loss of life. You just go straight to anger.
Because
that says more about you than
there's a why. There's a why. Every death isn't the same. When Bin Laden died, niggas wasn't like, oh my God, his wife died. Oh my God, just Bin Laden. No, niggas care.
Let me land. I just think it's interesting, and I think it's more of a reflection of you.
I don't know what that
your
means.
First instinct is to get angry and be mad and spin it this way.
I'm not mad at the person. I'm mad at the conversation that we're having. You guys are just. It does matter. What we're mad at matters. That's a conversation.
You sound like you're a lawyer hired for the cops. Like that's how angry you are at the situation. Like you're riding so
can
hard
you
for the cops,
mention the points that I'm making and dispute them rather than my perceived anger?
Let me ask you 2 questions, Ty. Are you upset that young black man was killed?
No, I don't. I'm not. He did something to die. I think that should have happened.
No. Okay. Are you upset that the police officer was killed?
I think it's sad. He had nothing to do with the situation.
No sadness for that, right? Damn. Ty.
He was an innocent man walking around doing his job. He had nothing to do with the situation. The guy wasn't innocent.
But you can feel sadness. You can feel sadness for both parties, bro. But you only feel sadness for the police officer, and that's more of a reflection.
So do you feel sadness for Bin Laden when Bin Laden got shot by SEAL Team 6? Did you like, damn, bro? Like they took out a real one, bro.
First of all, that never happened. That was a lie. That never happened.
Oh, so he on some conspiracy shit. We can move on, I guess.
Remember, we didn't get an autopsy. Remember, we didn't get an autopsy because Obama said we had to respect.
All right. I'm not trying to get banned again from YouTube. That happened before. Let's move on with the conspiracies.
Don't take it to Bin Laden because that was all bullshit.
Okay. All right. So.
All right. Don't take it to
Bin Laden. I love it.
So yeah. Anyway.
No, but real shit, Ty.
I don't see it.
I don't understand like why you're so angry. Like we're not even trying to be. We're passionate, but like you're just angry, and it's like, bro, we just lost life on both sides.
I just specifically mentioned while I was angry. I'm not angry at the life loss. I'm angry at the arguments that you guys are making. I don't know this person. I don't know either one of these people, so I'm not angry at them. I don't give a fuck about them.
It's just weird, bro.
You can call it weird if you want, but you don't have anything to say of substance, but other than to talk about my demeanor.
It's weird, bro. It's
Thank you for that. I appreciate that, and it'll be weird. But when you have something of substance to say about it, then we could discuss the substance.
The cop died, but you don't give a fuck about the fact that the young black man was killed.
He was running with a gun. But when Hannibal Lecter dies, I'm not like, oh my God, Hannibal Lecter shouldn't have died. The nigga was a murderer. He died. He should have died. I'm glad he did.
It's funny because there's some people who verbalize race, and there's some people who internalize that shit and don't even know they're dealing with some shit on the inside about race.
All right, cool. So thanks for being my therapist, but you're not. So let's move on to the next. Okay, cool. But if you want to talk about the issues, we can talk about the issues. I don't care about your analysis of what you think my race is.
Another black man
I don't
was
really
running
care.
away, got shot in the back
With a gun. So that's a part of it that you're. That's the part nobody wants to acknowledge. Okay, he had a fucking gun.
He was running and hoping in a state where he could legally have it. Was it his gun?
I mean, if it was, I'm sure the lawyers would have said that.
Or not.
I mean, he had family lawyers. Why wouldn't they be like, the shit was legally his, the car was legally his? Why wouldn't they make the best possible case?
That's where I got that from, their family lawyer about the car. The interview that the lawyer did.
Right. So it was his car, right? Okay.
Yeah.
When you get stopped by the cops, regardless of your color, it's already known I shouldn't have a gun. Everyone knows that.
You can legally own a gun
in an open carry state.
You can legally own a gun in this country. What are you talking about?
So now y'all saying that he so basically he was in the right. He should just be a scot-free citizen. He should be chilling.
You just said you're not supposed to have a gun. You can legally own a firearm in this country. That is a fact.
I'm not saying you. Of course you can legally own it, but when you're running from the cops, it's common knowledge that you should not be running from the cops with a fucking gun in your hand. You're in a high-speed chase already. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or a fucking lawyer to be like, hey, I probably shouldn't have this gun on me. I might get shot.
But Tyrese,
or does it take some fucking Harvard fucking biologist?
Tyrese, so the position that you state, right? A part of it is right. The fallacy of it is that you are placing police in this position of authority that is like unquestionable, right? And so within those moments, right? Like I'm not. I understand he has a tough job, but you sign up for it. Like in her profession, right? There's certain like there in a room full of 30 kids, it's going to be 10 bad ones. It's going to be 10 badass little kids, bro. Like I can't be in here slapping little kids around just because some of them bad. And so like you get what I'm saying, and I can't be overreacting. Like you kind of know what you sign up for when you sign up for the job. There are certain dangers, there are certain ills. Let me I'm gonna land it real fast, right? The issue is that in those 6 seconds, it's a quick split second. There's a lack of empathy that we often see in these situations. And I know it's hard, bro. I'm not saying that they don't got a hard job. I know it's hard. Like the young boy running with a gun. I might shoot him too. I'm not lying. But the honesty of it is,
Thank God.
Hold on. I might not. I'm gonna be clutching, but young boy, chill. Don't turn it. Drop the gun, young boy.
None of that.
It's not easy to shoot. It's not easy to shoot a person, Gio. It's not easy to shoot a target that's not moving. It's not easy. You guys are
what I'm saying to you, I'm not challenging their accuracy, none of that. I don't expect cops. I expect cops to be human. And we've seen cops, we've seen cops in similar situations treat people like humans, and humans get out of it. When you're looking at somebody as a criminal, when you're looking at somebody as an animal, when you're looking at somebody as a thug, when you're looking at whatever the perception of us is, often.
Right. That's where I'm at. I've seen similar situations. Have similar situations been de-escalated without death being the outcome?
So are y'all three argument is that if the kid was white, he would not have been shot? Is that your argument?
No,
I'm
just asking. I'm asking.
To be so
because,
black and white, bro? Because
you're talking about race. You're saying because black people are demonized. So I'm asking, since white people are not demonized, if the person was white, would he been shot?
Well, race isn't just this thing about black and white.
Why can't y'all answer the question? Why is this so like?
But race isn't this thing about black and white. Race is like institutions. Race is like it's way more than just black and white, right? Like it's deeper than race. Race is fucking like hundreds of years old. So like when you talk about that, like if I say like I'm bringing up race, I'm bringing up a societal impact of racism over years. So yes, I'm bringing up race. You're bringing up like black and white questions
but this societal impact. It's not
simple.
But does the societal impact also include white people?
We all.
So if the person was white, If he had white skin, if he was a Caucasian, would he have been?
He had a better chance of coming out of that situation alive.
So in your person, he would have had a better chance of not being shot.
If that boy was white, he had a better chance of coming out of there alive.
I think so.
You agree, G?
It's psychology, bro. He would like if he might have saw a young boy like
so
his little neighbor brother, and then be like, yeah, no, young boy don't do it. Yeah.
Well, I disagree. So. I think if the dude was white, they would have shot his ass too. That's my opinion.
But we don't know. You know why? Because we don't see those clips. Like you said.
Yeah, because it doesn't make the news because nobody cares about it. Because none of the black matter. Because the white families don't get lawyers and lawyer up because no one gives a fuck. Everybody's like, okay, the nigga had a gun. Not? It is what it is. Because they just accept they
or maybe because it just doesn't really happen.
So you don't think white people get shot?
I think that they do. Just I don't think it's. I think I think that
you think black people get shot more than white people.
I think people of color get shot more than white people.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do a podcast on that then.
You gonna look it up?
Yes, I do.
We can chat GPT it real fast. We got
we can do that.
Yeah,
I do.
Let's do like this.
But here's the thing too, like, and we talked about this. G, we talked about this when we talked about remember the Idizari case in Philly. I think his name was Eddie Idizari, and he was in his car, and he was like, I think he had a knife. They killed him in his car. They killed him, right? Didn't they kill him? They were following him for a while because he was driving funny. He parked. They approached the car. He had a knife. Shot, killed him. Right. Split second. They didn't even give him any chance. They said, stop. Bam, 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 bam. Right. And the thing is, like, Ty talks about, all right, well, cops have split second time to make a decision because you could kill them. Right. But like maybe you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm afraid. We are afraid. There's this culture. There's this fear of police officers killing us. And I said in that video,
baby.
So what I was saying in that video, how come I, as a pedestrian, if I have this fear of law enforcement, who I know might get away with killing me, if I'm armed, what's to stop me from saying, yo, I'm gonna kill him first because regardless, I'm dead. Why can't I have that same argument? Like, I might as well shoot him first. I got a split second before he blows my brain out. I'm gonna kill him first.
And gets away with it.
I'm not justifying murdering police. But what I'm saying is, as civilians,
people of color were murdered.
We have that fear
in 2024.
Why does that energy not apply to us and just it's the other way around? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand that. Cops get that benefit of the doubt. Cops get that. They get a split second. They got to save their lives. Okay, I want to go home too to my family.
I'm making it home, bro.
I want to go home to my family too, though. Not just the cop. I want to go home to my family.
I'm making it home, bro. So whatever you.
And we see people die on camera even when they comply. Stop resisting, they're not resisting. Get on the ground, they're on the ground. They comply,
and a lot of this
still die. So I'm like, I don't know.
It's not breaking it down. It's just saying
there's a different energy for cops towards
how many people
us
total
versus us towards them. And if I have to pick a side, I choose us every time. Every time.
The totals?
So that's
like white versus color.
It wasn't. They brought up the whole thing. It was like 1,365 people were killed, but it doesn't differentiate between unarmed.
The issue isn't, but that's not the issue of race, though, Tyrese. And that's the thing. The issue is like it comes down to how cops treat people that they perceive as threats in those situations in which they sign up to protect and serve. They, like you said, he deserved to die. He didn't. He did nothing to deserve to die. He did something to deserve to go to jail because everything that he did is an offense. They got a fine and they got a punishable, but they got a punishable like fucking minimum for running from the cops. They got a punishable thing for like having a gun. They're all things that like if you can capture me, right? So like the justice system says that you have to capture me, right? You have to capture me. You have to imprison me, and then you have to give me a fair trial to be punished for my thing. It's not you get to shoot me because you felt like I was a danger to society.
It depends on your level of threat. Like it depends on the threat level that you present. He presented an extremely high threat level because he was running with a gun. It takes a split second for him to kill a cop with a gun. It's not like if the nigga had a screwdriver, I'd be like, listen, y'all, all right, that cop was tripping. If he had a goddamn stick or a club, I'm like, all right, y'all got me. I don't know what the fuck to say. He had a gun.
It's an open carry state. I can have a gun down. Now you change the game, bro. I can have a gun.
Gio,
I can be whistling Dixie with this gun.
Okay,
bro.
You can have a gun in an open carry state, but you cannot have a gun when you're actively running from the cops.
Why not?
Is that fair to say?
Nigga, I'm jogging.
Okay, if you do that, you open up the possibility of being unalived, and you should be unalived if you have a gun on you while you're running from the cops and you got it in your hand.
Then I'm gonna shoot the cop first. Then might as well. I'm gonna die regardless.
that's where we going with this.
I'm
Like
gonna
where
shoot
we
first
going,
then, because I'm gonna die regardless.
where
I'm
we
gonna shoot the
going to
cop
like
first.
this positioning where we're this gang culture that the cops have, like where we're gonna stand behind us, the people, we the people, right? Collectively, black, white, whatever, we are being positioned to defend ourselves. Now, whether you black, white, whatever, you have that right. That's what I'm gonna argue. So, like you've
Right,
seen some videos where like, the white folks
right,
like, yo, you can't do nothing to me. Get out my like
right.
he had stood there with his gun. What you want? This my car. What you can't
Okay.
you no
Right.
you can't.
Full dialogue.
No, you
And I
can't do
and
nothing.
remember the boy who shot up the church? What'd they do? They put him in the back. They bought him some McDonald's. They fed him.
Took him to
They drove him to
McBurger
the police
King.
station. Remember that? Remember that? The active shooter who killed all them people in that church. And what they
So
do? They bought him food.
All
I'll
right.
stay away
Well,
from the
Come on
I'll
now.
stay
Come
away
on,
from the race
Ty.
comparison stuff. I'll just say that again, the ability to be sympathy, and you can sympathize with people you see. You've seen a young boy. Like if a young boy run up to me, that's my little cousin. I've seen him. I know him. I'm like, young boy,
Right.
don't do
wait,
nothing dumb.
what do you mean if he run up on you? If a young boy run up on you, what do you
So
mean by that?
if I'm a cop, right? Like cops are people, right? So like they're as much as they're people, they're influenced by their social upbringing. So they've seen little cousins and neighbors and brothers,
Mhm.
etc. So when they see people that look like the people that they're familiar with, they have a certain familiar recognition. Like, damn, he remind me of little Tommy. He remind me of little Billy. If
Uh-huh.
I see somebody on the streets and they doing something a little dumb, I'm like, damn, he remind me of my little cousin Akeem.
Fair.
So if a
Fair.
young boy running, I'm like, I'm about to lay him down. Young boy, chill. Cause that split second. The split second is before I go lift this bitch, right? I'm gonna make this split second like, damn, he got his back turned. He running from me. He not a you thinking he gonna turn around. You're thinking that he's gonna turn around. Your premise is that he may turn around. If young
Yes.
boy wanted to up
Yes.
this
You have
bitch,
to, yes.
if he
If
wanted
he
to up
so
this bitch,
chose, he could have
if he
turned
wanted
around
to
or not even
if
turned
he
around, just
wanted
went like
to
pow.
harm me, if he wanted to harm that officer, he could have came running from where he was at, shooting.
No.
Because he had
No.
to
I'm
drop.
so basically
He
Bro,
damn
if he
near ran
wanted,
so
past him.
basically so
he
so
didn't
so
even
cops have to
know
be in
the
a
cop
position
was
where they
coming, bro.
listen, the expectation of cops is for them to be clairvoyant and superheroes, bro. It makes no fucking
Oh,
sense.
bro.
It makes no sense.
Yo, if I was that kid sitting in my car, knowing that I don't know why they were chasing me, but knowing that I had a gun on me, my mind, I'm like, no matter what happens, these cops are gonna pull up, and once I say officer, I have a gun, they're going to shoot and kill me.
No,
In my mind.
they had extended
In my
magazines, I
mind.
That's
think.
extreme.
So
That's
I think
extreme.
What you mean
I
that's
think
extreme?
That's extreme.
they,
If he'd
That's
have been like,
extreme.
yo, hey, I got my hands up, I ain't got no gun, they wouldn't have shot him. Now
You be on some weird
y'all
shit,
niggas talking crazy,
bro.
bro.
That's extreme. You be on some weird shit, bro.
and the-
That is not extreme for you to think
That's
that if I got a
that's
gun
People
on
don't
me,
get
the
extremely
cop
shot
pulls
with their
up.
hands up.
Right, right. If I say I got a gun on me,
People
officer,
don't get
where's the
shot
gun?
with their hands up.
Orlando?
Orlando? What are you talking about?
That, that
Legally
Philando
own that
Castle.
gun.
He was in the car. He was like,
Castillo,
yo,
whatever.
he was like, yo, I got my gun.
Right.
He said, I got my
open
gun.
Listen,
palms.
he said it, and they killed him.
I mean, listen, and if that happened, then that cop need to be prosecuted, thrown under the fucking jail. Like I'm not.
That's exactly what we're talking about. We've have
But
documented evidence of
that's not
people
what
having a
happened.
gun, and the moment they say,
Okay.
"Officer, I have a gun," they shoot and kill him.
Let's see. Let's
So you
find
say
this
it's
Orlando
extreme
person.
So
Let me
there
find
is
this.
no
on camera. How
example.
is that
Let me find this
They
video.
have it on camera.
Philando Castle.
There's nothing extreme about that.
What's how you spell
For
his
a
name?
couple years.
Orlando, I think Castillo.
Philando.
PH.
He's
But
talking about
even
this
in
extreme.
that,
It just happened
now
like
from
3 or 4
that
years
date
ago.
on, whoever saw that in their mind, the option of trying to surrender and just do things the right way is going to lead you to death anyway.
But what about the video of that black army guy who said, "Listen, I work for. I don't know. He said I'm an officer. Cops pulled him over, maced him. After he said, "Listen, I can show you my ID." They don't care what your position is. He's like, officers, like, this is a misunderstanding. Still maced him. And granted, they could have killed him, but they maced him. You know what I mean? They still assaulted that man after he said, "I did nothing wrong, officer." So even like you can comply completely. He was complying, and they maced him. I mean, like, that's why I'm like, he talking about it's extreme. Like, what you mean, bro? It's not extreme to think that if I'm sitting here with a burner
And that's
on
just
me,
like that video
even if
that
it's
you and I
mine,
watched.
they're gonna kill me. Once I say I got a gun, officer, they're going to shoot me. That is not extreme. That's why I'm like, I might as well bust first. That's the culture it is created. I want to go home. I might not go home, but fuck it. If I'm not gonna go home, I'm taking somebody out. Like that's a toxic mentality, but like I can understand it. I can completely understand that.
Well, that's kind of what we got to go is to America. The American people have gotten soft.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that we need to like
You
we
found
letting
it?
these.
Nah, it kept skipping, so I didn't want to pull it up and then
Well, you
it'd
should
be
watch
like
it
loading.
because
and
once
shit.
he said he had a gun, they still killed him, and it was legally his. It's his gun, and I think he was on his lunch break, wasn't he? Didn't they kill him on his lunch break? He was like he
I
worked at
forgot
a
what it
school. He was on a
was.
lunch break or
Yeah,
something
he was
like
like in
that.
his
Yeah,
car
I'll
or
watch it.
something.
It's like 8 minutes long. The body cam footage is like 8 minutes long, so I'll watch it and then I'll
Right.
No,
Yeah.
that's a couple years. But so and
But
then
yeah, no.
I
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we said all the main points. I disagree with you guys. Y'all disagree with me. And yeah, no. I guess the community gonna have to let us know where they side. Are we? I mean, what's the question? I guess we gonna
what I do
pose.
encourage our
Did
family,
we
our
touch on the
community.
dad though? I feel like we talked about the
Oh, we definitely
incident,
didn't
but
talk
we
about
didn't talk
dad.
about the dad.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that a reasonable crash out?
Well, I'm sure to y'all it is. Yeah.
I
no.
thought
So
it was.
let me ask you a
I
question,
assume you was
Tyrese.
gonna say that. Yeah.
Tyrese, as a father,
What
I
about
thought
you,
it
G?
was.
Is
as
reasonable?
a father,
Tyrese, don't
as,
be an ass.
No, I assumed he was gonna say yeah, because like fuck it, why not? Like
as a father, Tyrese, was that reasonable crash out?
I don't think it was. No. Now if he would have if he would have hit the person that shot his kid or somebody within that situation, I don't think it was reasonable. But I get the logic behind it. You kill somebody that has like that's just a retired cop somewhere. Like, well, how does that?
Yo,
What does
this
that
is
do for
You know
you?
what?
but this literally like the gang culture. It's like this. We up in the score. Like it don't matter. It
Right.
don't matter. Like you got
That does
one, we got one. Like
revenge
we
does
up in the
nothing for
score.
me unless it's
You know what Ty's
against the
problem
person.
is though? Ty, you know what I think your problem is? I'm gonna go into my Charlemagne the God bag. You know what your problem is? You haven't had your nigga moment yet, or maybe you haven't had it in a long time. And when you have that nigga moment again, you remember that we black in America. Maybe then you'll see things a little different. I think maybe you're overdue for one of the moments, bro. I'm not wishing it on you because they suck, but I think it's been a long time since you had your moment, bro. And I think you just forgot what it was like. But once you
I
get
mean,
that, you
in my
might change your
perspective,
tune, bro.
I
Because
just
you ain't exempt. You cap for them, but they can give a fuck about you. You
I
gonna
mean, I'm not capping for
hopefully you
nobody.
won't.
I'm not.
Knock on wood,
I'm
you
not
won't have it.
saying something
might
that I
take
don't
that
believe.
moment, though, for you
This
to
is what I
have it and be
believe. I
like,
think the
man.
shit was ridiculous. I think the nigga had a gun. It is what it
You can have
is.
your
Like
nigga
I would
moment.
have shot
That's
his
all
ass
that
too
is.
if he was a fucking Teletubby. I would have shot him. So like I
You
mean I don't
you
know.
gonna have your
Like
moment, bro. I hope not, but you gonna have it. We in America.
I mean,
I
due
love
time.
what you're saying.
It's in
First
due
he was
time.
purple and now he's Teletubby.
don't matter to me. I'm not taking. I'm not taking the chance of.
Fuck the police.
Oh well, this magnanimous guy just might not shoot me. Fuck that. Like you got
That's
me
why.
fucked up,
Police.
That's why
Free
you shouldn't be
Luigi.
a
Fuck the
cop, bro.
police.
huh?
That's why you probably shouldn't be a cop. Like
Right.
I mean, I'm not a cop, but
I don't want somebody like Ty to be a cop.
if
bro.
y'all were cops, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't last a year.
I don't
Y'all be
wanna
all
be a
dead.
cop.
All three of y'all be
That's
dead.
what-
Because y'all be,
I
oh, okay,
almost
everything's
did, though. I
cool.
ain't gonna hold
He
you.
not gonna shoot me
I
in the face,
almost
nigga. Shoot you in the
did,
face and you're dead. Like,
Yo,
okay, cool.
But you got to think about this like often. Like the average cop never discharges their service weapon.
Most
in
cops
accident.
never use their
Hopefully
gun.
you guys fall within that
Ever.
average cop thing.
Most
Because
cops.
if you
So-
don't, you're dead.
But like under that, like most cops would. Like so, if we was cops, like if we were cops, it's more likely that we would never discharge. So
Then
your
good. Then you go home and you be fine.
your
and they're not
perception
even
of the
top 30.
American citizen is skewed, especially the Black American citizen, is that you would
Bro,
expect to be able to do that.
They don't even
That's what
break
I'm
top
saying.
20
That's the problem, bro.
Listen,
for dangerous
let's
jobs. They
let's
don't
be
even
glad
break
that
top
we
20
all
for
chose
dangerous jobs in
professions.
America. They don't even
Especially
break
y'all.
top 20 for
Y'all not
They don't
cops.
even break.
So
Cops don't break
let's
top
be
They don't
happy.
20.
I'm
break top
glad.
20.
I like all
Police
three of y'all. I
officers
want
are
to see
not in
y'all
the top
around,
20
but I
for
probably
dangerous
wouldn't if y'all were
occupations.
cops.
They don't even break top 20, Tyrese. It's
No,
not
I
even
swear
a
to look
dangerous
it up.
job.
Cops, they're not even
Okay.
in the top 20 for dangerous jobs.
Being a cop is a sweet job. He's saying.
Okay. Cool. Well, sweet jobs. All right. Let us know what y'all think, family. I mean, obviously, this conversation couldn't have been more opposites. Let us know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe, and till next time. I guess.
Stay safe.
Till next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.